Hello internet, subscribe, comment, like, share, bell, yada yada yada. I will talk a bit about my novel themselves, because this is quite helpful to tell you about it, what's inside it. I'm doing an Artbook project, but the book themselves, what is it? What's the universe? What does the story talk about? Yeah, I get it, and believe me, it bothered me a lot, because I have a very hard time explaining it, because yes, it's very difficult to me to talk about the book I wrote. Not that I won't talk about it or I don't want to talk about it, it's just that I'm scared shitless to spoil the story and the pleasure of you discovering what I did. Like, everything is fine, I'm talking about my book, I'm motivated, I tell you about this and that, the story, and bam! At one point, I spoil a story element that you wanted or you would have wanted to discover yourself. I'm blocked, I freeze, so I don't speak much about my books and what's inside them. I know it's stupid, but it's how I feel. So, roughly, I will do my best to try tell a bit about it. The story of my novel. I speak about it with a few visual and drawing because I repeat again, visual stuff are very important in my work. Every novel has between a dozen and 30 illustrations, black and white in the books, including some appendices. We start the first book by following the character named Siwen, a lightning mage. He's a wanted man, a public enemy, a mix between a bandit, a wanderer, and a murderer, amongst other things. What is sure is that he doesn't have the luxury to go where he wants. Disenfranchised, depressed, he lost almost all hope to live a happy, quiet life, as much for him than the rest of the world is in. In his despair, at one point he told himself that the Stone of Ages that he've heard about, a mythical artifact based into legend at the point that not much is known about it. Like, we don't know what it is, where it is, what it does, how it works. We don't know much about it, except that it's a powerful object, and well, powerful things are nice, so Siwen went to search for it. And he did that in hope for a better life for himself, but also for the rest of the world. Because he's a nice guy. He's not like a crazy dude or anything. He has a good heart, or at least a good intent. And from his quest and findings, well, you will see if you read it, we follow a series of events that will fuck the world to no goddamn end. So yeah, this is the starting pitch of the story and the first book, but yeah, I've only told you about like the very beginning, maybe 15-20 pages tops. To tell a bit more about the universe itself, this is a dark fantasy world, so something dark, grim, deep with heavy theme. We are not on the same vibe as "and thus the Fellowship of the Ring went to travel the world, blah 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 blah." No. You will see dismemberment, you will see suicide, you will see people drove to madness, you will see burned village with the people still inside, this kind of stuff. Within a very adult thing. Some people ask me at what age someone can read the book, and I've always said something like 14, 15 minimum, because this is quite heavy, as I said, but there is also a big emphasis in my story about philosophy, thinking, reflecting on things, what is our place, what is the meaning of some stuff like friendship, value, courage. Something I said a bit on the book is, what is the value of a value? So yeah, young folks will get over their head and they will not get everything that I'm trying to say. And also, as I said, with the gory stuff that sometimes happen, you will see things. I will explain stuff that happen and describe it. You will go along for the ride with everything, not just the king fell his horse and died. No, I will explain. And also in this world, there is a lot of monster, fantasy creature, lots of them. You'll see demon, for sure, obviously. You'll see also stuff like griffin, vampire, dragon. You will see also the people, the regular civilization in my world, like the elf, the dwarf, the ogres, the merfolks, the half-demon who calls themselves Ilgar. This faction, with the human gathered around the entity of the name Irtanor domains, have their roles to play. They have their own objective, their own struggle, their own interest. Each character plays some major civilization of people, have also symbols. To have a better immersion in the story and the universe, I've created various appendices like a map, a timeline, well, at least the timeline of the dwarf, allow relief of the connection between the primordial demons and the Melfolks. There is also a planet map because, yes, you will see in my universe, the story is vast, and in the first prologue of the book you will get, okay, this is not an one place stuff, there is lots of world. There are numerous worlds, but again, I can't tell much without spoiling again. And to tell you about which lengths I can't tell much about without spoiling the story, this is spread among many cycles, like iteration of the universe. In the third book, for example, we learn more about it, much more about it. Even in the second, I introduce some stuff that happened in other cycles, but yeah, in the third book you will, okay, so this is an ongoing thing, but yeah, it's hard explaining the story in the universe without spoiling, and even more in English. This is not my first language. Fuck's sake. So yeah, after the bit frustrating thing that I can't tell you much, I believe that I told you enough to be interested with all this information and the numerous drawings I've shown you. We have maybe, I hope, a better idea of the universe I created, what I tell in the books, and also I believe that you got the interest and the importance, the point across for the art book, because this is a bestiary, so it's a great opportunity to introduce you and show you in the best light possible every creature, every monster, every people. Yeah, this is the best, and this is everything that we went through in the first 4 books of my saga, because yes, I will do something between 7 and 9 books, so yeah, and after that I will continue to work on my my book saga Demon Realms. I will keep writing until I die. I have many other stuff to tell in this universe, like short story, another timeline, another character, another places. For example, I want to explore the ocean, the sea depths, but I didn't have the opportunity yet. I have great story that is happen in the depths and the belly of the ocean, but yeah, this is, the action does not entirely take place in the sea, so yeah, I have to pass that to another side project and keep going with the main storyline with Siwen and the other character. But yeah, I think you get that Demon Realms is an ongoing universe that I will work on until my passing, until I draw my last breath. For more information, plunge into the books or support me on Kickstarter, because it's a great way to discover the universe in the first nice introduction, and hopefully it will work and I can translate the novel themselves, but this is really expensive. The first book, it's like 10,000 euros to translate it, so yeah, one thing after the other. Take care, internet. Goodbye. Mwah.